We're going to start out tonight. I'm going to introduce the fire chiefs, and then I'm going to pass along to the President Scott here to introduce our other distinguished guests. So from the Darien Fire Department, I want to start out big. So Jeff Luker and his wife Sue. From the Elba Fire Department, Assistant Chief Kate Ziffel and her guest Daniel. From the Bethany Fire Department, Kyle Rombert and his wife Lauren. From the City of Batavia Fire Department, Captain Bob Fix and his wife Jen. We want to send out a special thanks to the City of Batavia tonight. They are covering our fire district so we can enjoy this evening. And, so I sincerely want to thank the City of Batavia for offering their assistance to us tonight. From the Byron Fire Department, we have Chief Bob Merzak. You'll notice we're short a couple wives this evening. Apparently the flu is going around and it got a few people. So we're down a few guests. It's like the guys are staying strong, but we did lose a few of the wives. So I'm sure somebody will probably catch something tonight, but it is what it is, right? So wash up. Wash up after the program. We'll get up now. From the Bergen Fire Department, Assistant Chief Kevin Bruton and his wife Tina. From the Stafford Fire Department, Assistant Chief Tim Ekdahl and his wife Kelly. And I went out of order, I apologize. The Fire Chief of Stafford, Chief Stephanie Call, and her husband James is here. From the Leroy Fire Department, we have Chief Tim Hogle and his wife Heather. Representing Mercy EMS, we have Wade Schwab and his wife Laura. From the Office of Emergency Management, we have Deputy Coordinator Bill Shaw. And we have a County Fire Instructor Dwayne Weatherall and his wife Michelle.
All right, thanks, Dan. All right, our distinguished guests from the town of Batavia, Supervisor Greg Post and wife Joan. We have Councilperson Patty Michaelak and her husband John. Councilperson Dan Underhill. Councilperson Sharon White and husband Paul. We have Town Justice Tom Williams. And Town Clerk Teresa Marasco. All right, from the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, Under Sheriff Greg Walker and wife Michelle. From the Batavian, we have Howard Owens. From the Video News Service, Alicia Kaus. All right, from our New York State Assemblyman Steve Hawley. All right, representing Congressman Chris Collins in the United States Congress, we have Patrick McKinney. Pastor Jeff Bartz from the Grace Baptist Church. And from the New York State Senate, State Senator Ransonover, Jake Grasso, he was with us earlier, had to leave for another commitment, so he's not here right now. But he is. And that's it.
So we will now get right into our installation of officers. So if I could have Deputy Chief Bob Tripp, First Assistant Chief Paul Dibble, Second Assistant Chief James Bowden, Captain Thomas Garlock, Lieutenant David Tran, Safety Officer Paul Barrett, President Scott Garlock, Vice President Nathan Fix, Secretary Stephen Coburn, Treasurer Don Cozio, Director Paul Barrett, Director Gary Diegelman, Director Daniel Jakes, Director Robert Mullen, and Director Timothy Yeager. I'd like to call up Deputy Coordinator Bill Shupp to do the installation.
I want to thank Chief Coffey for inviting me out tonight, allowing me to do the installation of officers. And kind of ironic, he called all the members up here that are the officers that all have pronounceable names. Usually when you go to a dinner and you can't pronounce the names, that's when I get stuck having to call them up. So if everybody can raise their right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. Uphold the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of New York. And the bylaws of this fire department. And that I will faithfully discharge. The duties of the office. To which I have been elected. To the best of my ability. You can put your hands down. As installing officer, I now declare the officers of the Town of Batavia Fire Department duly installed for the year 2018. Congratulations.
We're going to get right into the presentation. Quick overview of 2017 for us. We had 326 alarms for 2,775 firefighters attending, for a total man hours of 2,435 hours. As always, and I don't think we express it enough, but in an event like this, I can't thank the membership enough, and more importantly, the families, because obviously we don't exist, and our fire department certainly won't be successful without the time commitments, the dedication to training, the dedication to the amount of time that our firefighters are putting in down at the fire station, getting the work done that needs to getting done, and just as important is that amount of time that they're taking away from maybe their jobs and their families. I'm sincere in my appreciation for that. I thank you guys for the work that you do, and I think there's a tribute is to the fact that this room is full, and I just, like I said, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the things that you do, and you make my job a lot easier. We start looking at these calls for service. We're going to get into some of our service awards here shortly, and there's a lot of dedication, and it's been that way since 1948, so thank you very much for that. We're going to get right into the presentation of awards now, so I'm going to call up Scott, and you probably shouldn't wander too far off, so Scott, I'm going to have you come back up, and also Vice President Nathan Fix is going to come up for presentation of awards. We started a tradition out many years ago recognizing our top responders with 100 calls or more. So Paul Barrett had 108 calls. Unfortunately, Paul couldn't be with us tonight. Assistant Chief Paul Dibble had 123 calls. Firefighter Scott Malloy had 125 calls. I don't believe Scott's with us tonight. I had 129 calls. Captain Tom Garlock had 129 calls. Deputy Chief Robert Tripp had 132 calls. Firefighter Joseph Hines had 134 calls. Firefighter Clayton Gorski had 151 calls. Firefighter Stephen Kowalczyk had 160 calls. And our top responder for 2017 was Joshua Boyle with 171 calls. We also have a plaque made every year that will be displayed. We'll take it out of the bag once we get it to the fire station. It'll be hung up at the fire station in the lounge. As most years, 2017 was a busy year. Obviously, we've been actively engaged in a building committee. And that involves obviously the corporate side. It involves the building committee itself. It involves the line officers. It involves the firefighters and all the planning that goes along with building a new building, building a new fire station. And I assure you, we're getting closer. We have a big meeting on Tuesday out at the town hall for our first showing, if you will. 7 o'clock p.m. You're certainly more than welcome to attend. Our plans are going to be on display there, and certainly members of the department are going to be there to answer any questions. We also took delivery of a ladder truck this year, which was a lot of work. A lot of work went into from the truck committee itself and speccing it, and the pre-construction visits, and the final inspection visits. And then the truck gets delivered, and then a whole bunch of other work had to be done. So 2 individuals in particular spent, I wouldn't even venture to guess, an enormous amount of time in doing the final touch-up work, if you will, and doing the installing of miscellaneous equipment and tools, and the amount of time. And one guy's particularly anal, and we'll talk about him. I think everyone knows probably who he is. He's known as the label Nazi, because if it doesn't have a label on it, it will when he's done. I'd just like to recognize Paul Diegelman and Paul Barrett for the amount of work and time and dedication that they put into getting that truck ready to go and put in service. So Paul, if you come up here, please. New label maker. The other award is for Paul Barrett, who was the truck committee chairman. Same thing, he put in a ton of work with all the installation and all the little punch list stuff. So again, Paul couldn't be with us tonight, so we're going to raffle his gift off. Just, it's up to all of you that he doesn't find out about it. If he does, then the gig is out. My last award is going to be Firefighter of the Year. We have some more awards after that, but so I always, as our procedure, I reach out to the line officers, and I got a lot of feedback and a lot of suggestions, and a lot of the same names came up. And this year in particular wasn't an easy decision. There were a lot of names that came up, and a lot of people that really were deserving of the award. So it was a difficult decision for me, but at the end of the day, I had to make it. And this particular firefighter stuck out to me in terms of his work ethic and his attitude and just the way he overall conducts himself for I guess, I don't want to sound condescending, but for the age that he is. He's a mature individual. When he's down at the fire station, he's there ready to work. Will do anything that you ask for. Very active in our fire prevention activities or our community-related activities, as well as active in fire calls in our training. He is down there a lot while balancing, just like everyone else in here, a very busy schedule, going to school, and managing, a job, and obviously family obligations. So this year I decided to give the award to he was up here earlier. He's also the top responder, but this year's Firefighter of the Year is Joshua Boyle.
So as always, we recognize years of service awards, and every year we keep telling ourselves we're going to reorder the pins. So some of you will get your pins tonight, otherwise they are in order. We've talked about changing that, and it hasn't happened. So I just want to reiterate, that we will get you your pin, I promise. I'll go through some names, and first we do have one outgoing, past President Mike Jones, who couldn't be here this evening. So I'm speaking on behalf of him because it was last year. So here's Mr. Jones's thank you for the years of services he's done as past president. For some of the years of service, we do have some proclamations from the state. Mr. Hawley had brought this evening. We'll also get those handed out. Russ Borden with 5 years of service. I'm not sure if he's here this evening. Jason Holman, 15 years. Deputy Chief Robert Tripp, 20 years. Tripp, we do have something for you up here. And I actually do have a pin for you, believe it or not. Past Chief Robert Hunt, 25 years. Jeff Mullen, I don't believe he's here this evening, 25 years. Past Chief and Board of Director Frank Riccobono with 35 years. Thank you, Frank, for 35 years. Mr. Donald Long, one of our corporate members with 50 years. You're a good man. Mr. Long still very active with us. We do appreciate this. Mrs. Joyce Diegelman with 55 years. Here she comes. You take your time, dear. You take your time. We have Maurice Harrison. I don't believe Mr. Harrison is here with us this evening. 60 years of service. We thank him and we have something for him. And we also have an accommodation from Congressman Collins, also here on behalf of the whole fire department, so we thank him for that.
This last award we're going to present is to one of the founding members of our fire department who is joining us tonight, Mr. Earl Dorman. So I'd like to call up all of our corporate officers and all of our line officers up here tonight. Taking the show on the road. In case you didn't notice, this is our 70th anniversary tonight. So on behalf of the fire department, Mr. Dorman, we sincerely thank you. Obviously, we wouldn't be here without the work that you did and being a founding member. And
I was number one treasurer.
the number one treasurer.
He was the first treasurer. Yes, you were.
Thank you very much for your service to our department and for your dedication and for everything that you've done for us and you continue to do for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have a couple more awards to give out, and you know it happens every year, going through all the members, the corporate, the active, and trying not to miss people on their years of service. And when you join halfway through the year and the percentages, Tommy Garlock, 5 years. We missed you last year. I apologize. So congratulations, 5 years.
Stay there.
The next award is an award that was kind of created this year. It's happened through the years or in the past, and we just want to recognize somebody. This individual is a corporate member. She still really is involved. She helps plan the Christmas party for us. She's my main person for this. She's my co-chair, always has been. Every time we sit down, she looks at me and asks me how many starches we should have this evening. And I say, Renee, do whatever you have to do. So, Renee Long, we'd like to thank you and recognize you this evening. If you come up, we have something for you. And we thank you for everything you do. Sincerely. Okay, so the last award that I'll be giving out this evening is on behalf of the past president, Mike Jones, who again was unable to be here this evening. The President's Award typically gets issued or handed out to somebody that has gone beyond and forth of their duties, whether it's an elected position or not. This year we're recognizing a current director who has came back to us after many years of being absent for work reasons and family reasons, and he's been a wonderful asset. Me and the president have talked about it, and we would like to recognize Gary Diegelman for all his efforts that he's put forth as a board member, and thanks for coming back.
Okay, so that was relatively painless, so we will open the bar back up, so I know that's what a lot of you are waiting for. But I have, Nate kind of already alluded to it, but I want to thank Nate, and I want to thank, that's you. I want to thank Nate, and I want to thank Renee Long, and I want to thank Scott Garlock for all the work in kind of organizing the banquet, just to kind of keep things seamless.